In what has become an annual ritual after Memorial Day weekend, crimes and crowds and shootings in Miami Beach, the call for change is again underway.
The call for reform was sparked this week by the shooting death of a Homestead man during a dispute over a parking space, believe it or not, and then the police in Miami Beach shot and killed the driver of the getaway car. That disturbing incident happened in addition to a lot of drunken behavior by partiers. For years, Miami Beach leaders have debated ways to deal with the fallout from Urban Beach Week, and this week, Mayor Levine called for a ban on alcohol sales after 2 a.m. on Ocean Drive, and that brought a quick backlash from Ocean Drive clubs, bars, and hotels.
Mayor Levine is here to talk about that proposed curfew and, in the bigger picture, how to balance a city's image as party central and a safe, quality place to live.
Mitch Novick is the owner of the Sherbrooke Hotel in South Beach. He has spoken out forcefully against inappropriate, sometimes criminal behavior that he has witnessed firsthand and posted video showing drunken brawls and crazy driving and other things.
And also joining us, the mayor of Fort Lauderdale, Jack Seiler, to give us perspective on what that city has done to reduce what is years of chaos on the beach caused by spring break. And Mayor Seiler, we appreciate you joining this panel because I think you give perspective of what could be with all of the things that Miami Beach is going through right now.
Gentlemen, great to have you here. So, Mr. Mayor, tell us, how would stopping serving alcohol, booze on Ocean Drive at 2 a.m. fix the problems of Ocean Drive?
Well, Michael, I can tell you this. There's no specific one answer. But we've been working on this for a few years. And, for example, we rolled back liquor on the sidewalks from 5 a.m. to 2 a.m.
Right.
What ends up happening is, throughout Miami Beach, you can go and have liquor till 5 a.m. at our hotels, our clubs. But on Ocean Drive, what we have there is an open air, almost like this bizarre environment where people are coming to party till late at night. And unfortunately, you have prostitution, you have drug dealing, and it's become mayhem. We're putting so many police assets there, and the residents of Miami Beach want those police assets in other areas to protect their homes and their apartments. If you roll it back to 2 a.m., last call's at 1:30. People won't be as inclined to go out that late, knowing that is not a place to go wild all night.
You know, we were just looking at some video. I think, Mitch, it was your video, and you as a hotel owner or a property owner, you have been very involved in, you have a blog, or can I call it a blog?
The South Beach Sludge Report.
Where you make public a lot of what you see in real time. And is this, to you as a property owner, is this a Memorial Day weekend problem, or has something happened to the tone and tenor of Ocean Drive and South Beach?
Something has happened, and it's been in a decline for about 10 years.
Why?
I attribute it entirely to open air entertainment. It's this noise which creates this, what I often term the carnival-like crime-ridden circus on the street, which lures in all the riffraff and bad behavior we're witnessing. The attacks on residents and tourists, it cannot sustain itself. And I'm optimistic, or let's just say cautiously optimistic, that we're at a crossroad and hopefully positive reform and change will be implemented.
Mayor Levine, if I may, where is the fairness if somebody wants to drink after 2 a.m. and they want to go to Collins, a block in, or Washington, lots of bars and clubs over there, and also liquor stores? I mean, they would still be serving. So, I mean, do you really fix the problem by trying to clamp down on Ocean Drive?
But let me say this. First of all, this is not a Memorial Day weekend issue. This is all year round.
Right.
We want everyone to be able to come to visit Miami Beach 52 weeks a year. So to pinpoint Memorial Day is wrong, and by the way, we had a commissioner come out and say that when a ban Memorial Day weekend, that's wrong, and that's not who Miami Beach is. But the fact of the matter is, because of this open air environment on this one street, it's become a carnival atmosphere like Mitch was saying. Once again, people can come to Miami Beach and drink till 5 a.m. You can go to our hotels, our clubs, and you can still drink on Miami Beach on Ocean Drive till 5 a.m. if this passes. Inside a hotel.
Yeah.
That's the key.
We want to bring Mayor Seiler in, but first I want to take you to a quick clip of sound from a press conference you had, because I feel like we need the Ocean Drive entertainment carnival operators voice here. So this clip of sound was, you're going to hear Mayor Levine and David Wallach, who is the owner of an establishment called Mangoes on Ocean Drive. Okay, so now I hear we don't have that sound, so I will paraphrase what David Wallach was saying was, don't pick on us. We, the hotel, we, the establishment and the entertainment industry, are what made Ocean Drive and what made Miami Beach and Fort Lauderdale as well what it is today. We bring in resort taxes. We're the reason Miami Beach is so cool.
I mean, can I answer that?
Of course.
I mean, I don't know what history book this man read, but I remember a great man by the name of Tony Goldman who recreated Ocean Drive, Barbara Capman, Nancy Levine, Craig and Scott Robbins, Chris Blackwell, Gianni Versace. Those were the days when Ocean Drive was great for families and friends and everyone would go and enjoy it. He kind of rewrote history there a little bit and yelling and screaming at a press conference. We don't do business that way, and we will never be bullied.
Mayor Seiler, you provided us with some statistics from your Memorial Day weekend. 16 arrests, but for 16 people, that's not bad for a big crowded party weekend. But Fort Lauderdale was, I will say, when I was in high school, a crazy place.
Oh yeah,
and which your city successfully sort of turned around and gave a different face to. And how did that, are there lessons to be learned here?
There are lessons, and I commend Mayor Levine for what he's doing. I mean, you have to take some decisive action, and it's going to upset some people, and it's going to rattle some people, but at the end of the day, Fort Lauderdale changed its image as that spring break mecca. And we still had 100,000 spring breakers this year, but it wasn't that rowdy, raucous spring break. We changed it, but it took years, and we had the hotels push back, and we had some of the bars and restaurants push back. But look, my rule about the beach and the parks and all that, one group can't exclude the other's enjoyment of that. And what has happened, I think, on South Beach is that a group that isn't necessarily family-friendly, that isn't necessarily law-abiding, has now disrupted everybody else's enjoyment of it. So I commend them. I'm not, item by item we could talk about, but you can see what we did in Fort Lauderdale. We addressed it back in the late 80s on spring break, and then specifically we had issues with Memorial Day weekend, and about 3 years ago we came up with a whole new plan. Our police chief, Rick Maglione, did a fabulous job, but what we did was all in, all across the barrier island.
Well, whatever you did worked. Yeah, I mean, you still have kids are partying, but it's not crazy the way it was after Where the Boys Are came out.
A 4-day weekend with 16 arrests with only 47 calls for service. But we did have a great holistic approach, and as we laid it out, we did everything from license plate readers and posting that we have license plate readers. Our law enforcement saw cars turn around on 17th Street Causeway when we had disclosed there are license plate readers as you cross the bridge, and all of a sudden they stopped. We put so many different resources out there, and it worked.
Okay, license plate readers were employed on Miami Beach. When? Last year?
We brought in the most incredible police chief, Dan Oates, who has changed that entire...
Where did the license plate readers go?
We put him on MacArthur, and I believe we're also doing on Julia Tuttle as well.
But not this year.
I believe that they were putting them in this year, and our chief has done an incredible job. Remember, in 2011, before I was mayor, we had an incident where over 100 shots were fired into a car of an African American. And I said, I become mayor, we're going to change that police department's culture, and Dan Oates has done it. I mean, this year, the arrests are half as much.
So license plate readers, before we go to break, and I know we do, my understanding was because the causeways are state roads, the state will not allow the license plate readers? Is
well,
that
we've
true?
been able to use them in certain areas, and we're working with the state to make sure we get it all done.
Mitch Novick, very quickly, Ocean Drive is a worldwide brand. People come from all over the world. When I have traveled abroad, people say, oh yeah, Miami Beach, Ocean Drive. Are you not sort of in jeopardy of losing a worldwide brand or tarnishing it?
I will state with certainty the brand has been damaged considerably.
Not irreparably.
I've been in, it could be repaired, but that repair needs to take place ASAP.
All right,
As someone who's been in the hotel business for 30 years, I've been catering to tourists from all over the world, and I can state categorically that in recent years, 95% of them all ask me, Mitch, what has happened to Ocean Drive? And unfortunately, many of these guests are no longer returning.
All right, we are out of time. Gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
We're going to come back, and you want to do some more of this?
Well, I guess we could.
We can,
All right.
We'll continue this discussion when we come right back. Stay with us.
Welcome back to a discussion with Jack Seiler, Mayor of Fort Lauderdale, a city that successfully changed its former image as a kind of chaotic spring break destination. Mayor Philip Levine of Miami Beach and Mitch Novick, hotel owner. Mayor Levine, this week a commissioner on Miami Beach, Kristen Rosen Gonzalez, sent out an email in which she said, and I'm trying to characterize this accurately, that Miami Beach police need to take off their body cams because the body cameras are inhibiting them enforcing laws. And she said they need to get their bullets back. I'm not sure exactly. We'd have to have her here to explain what she meant, but how did you interpret it?
Well, it was an outrageous statement to make. I am hoping that the commissioner made a mistake, and I think she's come out and apologized for her mistake. That is not what Miami Beach is about. Miami Beach was the first to put body cameras on, even before Ferguson. It's one of the things we did. But, you know, we have a police
and they've
chief,
worked out.
And they've worked very well. And our police chief, remember something, he was the head of NYPD intelligence under Bill Bratton. He was the chief in Aurora, Colorado during that horrible Batman shooting in the theater where President Obama said he's the greatest chief in America. What he has done has been no less than fantastic on Miami Beach.
So police have been aggressive enough
Absolutely.
on Ocean Drive
100%.
and other parts of the city?
100%. 100%. And by the way, it's like the question, of course, with our police is, do you want to put that much more resources in one little section? It makes no economic sense, and the brand damage, like Mitch said, is overwhelming for us.
You know, with all the focus on the police, and Jack and I were talking during the break about all the programming that you're doing during the weekend. There's also, you know, in my mind, there are a set of codes and laws in the city. Mitch is a property owner. Why not focus on the codes and enforcing the codes really strictly? Because I will tell you, I spoke to a hotel front desk woman, not the owner, who says that they rent $250 a night rooms to 2 people, and then there's 20 in the room, and nobody does anything about it. Why not focus on the codes already there and crack down, and would that help?
Possibly. I've always asserted the problems on Ocean Drive are not a police issue. They're entirely a zoning issue. I spoke about the open-air entertainment earlier, and that is the crux of the problem. The larger issue are the commissioners and political candidates who take enormous contributions, or what the legal amount, maximum amount they can take. They become beholden to these special interests. And I'm wondering, with this impending vote for the mayor's legislation to roll back closing time and abate the noise, I'm wondering why some commissioners are still continuing to do backflips supportive of their special interests that they're beholden to.
You know, the counter-programming, the RNC show, I know is one step to counter-program against other programming that you're not inclined to enjoy. In Fort Lauderdale, Mayor, you did that, and that worked for you, counter-programming?
Fantastic. We programmed Monday as a family fun day. We actually made a considerable effort with multiple departments out there, but really created a very family-friendly environment, which truthfully just isn't cool to hang out with some of the crowd that wants to disrupt that. And so we did that on Monday. On Sunday, we actually had more of a musical day, but
so that
works extremely well. Saturday is our Great American Beach Party, car show from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. That nostalgic day, again, is not a type of atmosphere that creates disruption. And so we really programmed the whole weekend around that. And then we've also, as I just told you, we're now putting in our budget for this coming year a nighttime management team that will oversee Fort Lauderdale's nighttime economy and address that very specifically.
It sounds like a wise move. Mayor Levine, before we run out of time, a delicate topic is race and the fact that Urban Beach Week is predominantly an event that attracts young black men and women, the overwhelming majority of whom just want to come and have a good time and obey the law and have a party. But there are some people who are saying your proposal is not sensitive to black visitors to Miami Beach.
Right. And Michael, I think it's not mine. I think it was another commissioner's proposal. My proposal is all year round in this one section because, as I said before, I don't even necessarily believe that we need to do counter-programming because if this demographic enjoys Miami Beach, they've been enjoying it for years. It's been going relatively well over the last 5 years. We had one incident the other night. But we need to make sure whatever we do, what we need to do is make sure that whatever we do is all year round because it has nothing to do with one specific weekend. It has to do with this section of town.
And that will be the last word. Thank you so much for coming in, everybody. I know this goes fast, right?
Jack Seiler, thank you. Mitch Novick, Mayor Levine, great to see you.
Up next, we take it all to the round table. Stay with us.